each location, kind of follow you around in essence. Not to monitor you per se, but just to really assist and make sure that when you get to the locations that the employees get, come to the appointments and, really try to make the process a little bit smoother. And then she actually is at the Brooklyn location anyway, so she will definitely be there to assist, and kind of funnel people through on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Do you want her information or anything, or Scott, do you mind if I give him that?
It's fine.
I mean, obviously,
Okay.
Andrew, Scott and I are here, but I don't know, in the midst of things, it may be Patricia's the one that, knows all about the enrollment and all that good stuff. So if there's any questions, you get somewhere and you can't get in, who knows? I don't know what
Yeah.
Her name's Patricia O'Grady. And
Okay.
can I just give you the number, or you want me to email it to you?
Yeah. No. You can just, I'll just write it down now.
Okay, it's 718-259-4900.
Okay.
And her direct extension is 160. When I called over there, they
160?
160, yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you'll have the colonial brochures delivered there, and then there's a healthcare to you. There's a couple healthcare to you documents. Deanna, what did we do with the one that requires signature? Is the client printing those, or?
What are you talking about? I'm sorry. Oh, the appointment sheets?
Nope. The healthcare to you form that the employee has to sign.
Oh, yeah. We still doing those? I haven't done one of these in a while. Have we been still doing those?
Yes.
Okay. Did we, I have that. You want me to email it over to Andrew?
Well, he has it too. It's in the thing. But as far as printing them, is the client printing them?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I can do that. I'll email it over to her right now.
Okay. Yeah, they should have those printed and ready for us. So let me explain what that is, Andrew. The form that I'm referring to is a healthcare to you document. And in the training agenda, let me back up here. In the training invite that I sent, it has all of the Colonial products here. It has the schedule that we were just looking at there, where you're going to the various locations. Let me explain this. This one employee is going to come over to this location. That's what that means. It doesn't mean you have to go over there. It means they come to you.
Okay.
So that's the schedule. It has the addresses and everything. And then down below, we have the enrollment link, which we'll get to in a second. And then we have healthcare to you information. So if you click on that, it opens up this website here. And this is not for employee use. This is for our enrollers and counselors to use. It's healthcare to you enroller.benaware.com. And basically, this is a bunch of information. And are you familiar with healthcare to you at all?
Yeah, I've enrolled about 10 or 15 of these accounts with healthcare to you.
All right. So the one thing that is probably new is there is a form, an acknowledgement form, this one here, that the employee that's enrolling in needs to sign. And it says, I understand this and I understand that. I'm not automatically enrolled. I have to go through the process. You go into the Celeric system. I sat with Andrew, who went over the information, and I sign and date it. You keep these signed forms. Don't give them to HR. Don't give them back to the employee. You keep these because we need these. We need these back to us. And we can send you a FedEx label for these, or you can scan them to us. Either way, we need them back. So that might be
no problem.
Healthcare to you wants to make very, very sure that the employee understands exactly what they're getting into, and that they have all of the information, and that they signed off on it, basically. And this stems from an enrollment actually that was happening in Texas before we came along. that someone actually enrolled the HR person at like 10:30 at night. So she wasn't there with him. And even though she did intend to enroll, she was like, hey, what the hell is this? So we just want to make sure that, and this is one of the steps that Healthcare U is taking now to make sure that people understand what they're doing here. Can I have you hold on one second here? 1 second. Okay, so Deanna is going to ask the client to have these printed and ready and waiting for you, but this is a very important part of the process here, this acknowledgement form. The other information on this site you're probably familiar with, but when we got involved with them this year, we kind of enhanced the training materials that they had specific to enrollers. So you'll see things like frequently asked questions. Part of this is many of these documents I created, and then they tweaked them. Okay, so their input is on all of these documents. Some of them are theirs specifically, but this script, I made this script. I made the cheat sheet. I made the FAQ. I made the difference. That form we kind of jointly made, them and us. And then we have some screenshots here. And then this flyer you're probably used to or accustomed to. This flyer has also been delivered to the locations, just as the Colonial ones have, in the same descriptive manner there. So this is the front of the flyer. This is what you hand to the employee after they enroll. This is a walk-away thing. They take this with them. And there's the front of it, and the back of it is the other page there. So it's important that they sign the acknowledgement form. It's important that they walk away with the flyer in their hand. There's the back of it that shows the example of the paycheck without membership and with membership, and the difference and how it works. So that's just all out here in one place where enrollers can come and look at it, basically. There's a little flyer for ID Life. This is actually in the Celeric system as well. So is the flyer. The front and back.
Okay.
And then a DPC overview. But if you're familiar with how Healthcare U works, then we don't really have to go into too many details here either. I wasn't not sure how familiar you were with this. But actually, because you haven't seen these documents before, let me go into some of these. Now, Deanna, as far as you're concerned, you can drop off here, but I have one question for you. Did we get socials? I know the census data was a little limited here. Did we get socials or employee ID?
We got socials, I believe.
We did get socials, okay.
Yeah, let me look, but we do that.
Okay. And the reason that's...
can I give Patricia your number as well, Andrew?
Yeah.
Let me get
it is 718-552-5689.
Thank you.
Okay, the reason I was asking about socials is that when you use the system, when you use the Celeric system, which is the harmony.benselect, which is in the training invite also, this right here, this is the self-service enrollment link. So this would be logging in as the employee and then navigating through their enrollment that way. The reason, this is another thing Healthcare U wants to do, to avoid that other issue I spoke of earlier. If you're enrolling as the employee has to give you their social to be able to access the system. And you don't have their social information. So if they're enrolled in the system and you have a signed waiver or a enrollment form from them, acknowledgement form, there's no doubt in anybody's mind that they intended to enroll because you don't have their information to log into the system. So they logged in, or you can even You don't have to take their social. They can just key it right on the screen there. But you're logging in as them, you're enrolling as them, and then with the acknowledgement form, all of those are just steps to make sure that they're covered. The healthcare to you, covered, basically. So that link, let me go ahead and open it. It takes you to a little bit of a different place than what I'm showing you here. So this is the enrollment site. There's two sides to the system. That's the enrollment site, and this is the admin site. You can toggle between the two by clicking down here as well. It takes you back and forth. To get into the enrollment site, you have to put in the social security number, no dashes, for the employee, and the PIN code. The PIN code, write this down, is the last 4 digits of the social and the 2-digit birth year. So 555575 is an example of a PIN code. So you don't have that information either. So there's no way you can get in the system without them being in front of you. So they can just type their social. They don't have to give it to you. They can just type it straight in with no dashes, and then you can get the PIN code from them, and then log in.
The PIN code 6 digits, last 4 of social, and last 2 numbers of the birth year.
You got it.
Okay, perfect.
So that is.
Can you just go back how to toggle from the admin site to the?
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is the admin site. If I want to go over to the enrollment site, I just click that little button there, and now it's the enrollment site.
Oh, perfect.
And I can go back, just back and forth and back and forth. So if you see user ID, that's not an employee, because an employee doesn't have a user ID. You know, that's kind of the flag that you might be on the wrong page. So if you can't log in, that's the first thing you look at. What does this say? Does this say admin? Then you won't be able to log in.
Right. Okay, perfect.
So we're accessing the system, and as I mentioned before, I don't know if we're going to get the Colonial products in here in time. It sounds like no. So if that's the case, you'll have to toggle over to Harmony, which I'm sure you're extremely familiar with, and do the products there. Can you go ahead while we're here and log into that and make sure you can see this case, this Bruce Supply case?
Yeah.
He did confirm that you were added to the case. I just want to make sure.
I'm just looking for that ID that I received from you.
No, that's for this system. That's for the VenSelect system, the Celeric system. I'm talking about.
Oh, I see. You want me to?
I'm talking about good old-fashioned Harmony,
Okay.
the Colonial version.
Gotcha. Okay.
I want to make sure you can see this case there.
Yeah. So with that link, it takes me right to it. And when I'm on the admin site, did I get a user ID and password for that? Or that had been double checked.
Yeah. Okay. So let me explain something. So this site here, this is the Celeric site. Isn't there a separate Harmony site?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like when I log into Colonial directly, and I see the case.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Let me double
That's
check.
where the Colonial products are going to be housed. Yeah. So until we can figure this link out to pull them into Celeric's here, they're going to be separate.
Yes, I have been added.
Okay, great. So that's all the Colonial stuff, and then you can come over here. But so I sent you that admin link for a reason, and we'll get into that now. But Deanna, I don't think we need you for anything else. I wanted to make sure the socials were in there so that he could.
Yeah, socials are definitely in there. I'm adding brochures and stuff into Celeric now as well.
Okay.
Just to have it there, and I know you have it on the landing page. I did just shoot you an email, shoot the lady over Patricia. So if she responds, I'll keep my lookout here about just trying to. Okay, yep, she confirmed that the brochures have been delivered to both those locations, so you're set. And then I have sign-up sheets here. I'm going to forward them as well. Okay, Andrew, you're Andrew dot. How do you spell your last name?
Cabrera.
CAB as in boy, RERA, at coloniallifesales.com. Or if it's easy, you can send it to my Gmail. It's shorter. Andrew T as in Thomas Cabrera, CABRERA at Gmail.
All right, perfect. Scott, I'm going to CC you. And, yeah, these are the sign-ups, by the way, for just the three locations tomorrow. And then she said that she was going to get me the sign-ups for the Brooklyn, which is really the bulk of everybody, plus she'll be there as well for sure. So she was going to send those to me, she said tonight, actually. But anyway, it looks like these are just the off-site locations. At least you have the names of the employees that you're looking to see.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
perfect.
You. And let us know once you get confirmation of her printing out those authorization forms.
Absolutely. You got it.
All right,
thanks, Andrew. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Deanna. Okay, so Andrew, so when you're going to do Harmony like you always do it on that side, and then you'll come over here, and you can do this first. Actually, I would probably do this first. Because, with their tax savings, they can spend the money on the Colonial products. So you probably want to come here first to see what the tax savings is. And I don't know what tool you used to use before, but the Solaris one works a little bit differently, I think. Or maybe not. I'm not really sure. So this is the site you'll use to enroll on. But for our purposes today, and the reason I gave you a login for the admin side was so you could play around with it. I'm going to click over there. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this one. No. I gotta find my password. Let's see, I was just in here. Okay, now I'm in. All right, so I just put in my admin username and password, and it takes me to Bruce Supply. I have many cases here. I have a ton of cases in here hidden, but you'll just see the one probably. So this system is very simple to navigate also, like Harmony. And all you do is go to enrollment.
I've used this, I think I've used this once or twice.
Okay. The easiest thing, just go to enrollment and employees, and then you can just type in the name of the employee or the first initial or whatever. Let's pick somebody here. Full-timer, bi-weekly. All you do on this page, just make sure they have a salary and hours per week. It looks like everybody's loaded here. On this side, when you log in as the employee, this will be the first page you see. Okay, so you don't see the first two pages over there. Now, for right now, we have the DPC or the Healthcare to You program, and then the wellness and tax savings and the products. I don't know if these are going to be there tomorrow. It all depends on how quickly the Harmony folks can get with us and get that resolved. So just hit next. Personal information. It's all preloaded here, as you can see. If there's any required fields that are missing, it'll tell you. Dependent information. I'm not sure if we received it. Most of the time we don't get this info. So if you need to add somebody, every page has instructions on what to do. Click the plus sign there. Click plus. Then you add the dependent in. Click next. So this is important. This is the video. This is a 4-minute video that's embedded here. You have to play this video for them. So hit play, turn it over to them, and because there's the next page says, I've seen the video. Again, Healthcare to You is cover bases, make sure everybody understands everything before they enroll. So they said the video.
Okay.
This is actually verbiage directly from the enroller script for your rep. If you know, it sounds like you know how this works, but there's some verbiage there. This is also, the system's also set up for self-service. So if anyone wanted to enroll self-service, not this case, but we have other cases that do it, they have all the information at their fingertips here.
Okay.
You have the front page of the flyer that they're going to get. And then if you're in an HSA, you know that if you're in an HSA, you cannot participate. So they should not be in an HSA. Okay, so this is the DPC page. Payroll tax savings, unlimited doctor's visits, $10. 24/7 telemedicine. You know that the direct primary care is employee only, but the telemedicine is for family members too.
Yes.
There's a video again. And then, okay, so the way that this works, this little calculator here, we have default coverage. So the default coverage was provided to us in the census data. So that's their filing status and their number of allowances. Now you can change that over here, but if this is accurate, you don't need to touch anything.
Okay.
You're going to collect here the percentage of tax deferral. If they're putting 5% into a 401k, for example, pre-tax dollars, because that'll affect the calculation. Mm-hmm. And then state and local taxes. It's just a drop down there.
Okay.
Once you do that, what is it for New Jersey? Do you know is there a standard 6% or something?
I knew it's somewhere around there. I don't know the exact amount.
All right. Let's just do that.
Will the employees have like a copy of their paycheck with them, or be able to access that like via like a ADP offsite online system or something? Or
I doubt
Patricia?
With this population, I highly doubt it, just because of what they. This information that came from the census, this is what they filled out when they filled out their W4 or W9, one of those. So that's why the employer has this info. So that should be accurate. Of course, it could have changed, and they never told the employer. That's possible. Mm-hmm. So anyway, if you have this information, there is a little link here. This excess tax savings. This is important because I've shown enrollers how to use this before, and they forget where that link is. So if you click on the link, it shows you a comparison minus benefits, but just a comparison of without healthcare to you and with their gross pay, not including benefits, because that doesn't really affect this. So you have your taxes before the plan, and then your taxes after participating in the plan. The cost for the healthcare to you deduction is $580. There's a reimbursement here. The excess tax savings is $83.67 per pay period. So they have $83.76 per pay to spend on worksite or not. If they don't spend the money or all of it, then it is an increase in their paycheck at the end of the day.
Okay, so the tax savings is always represented per pay?
Yes.
Just want to make sure. Okay.
Everything in the system actually is represented per pay.
Okay.
So this is the question, would you like to enroll in DPC Healthcare to You or not? If they say yes, hit next. And it pushes me into the ID Life Wellness, because you have to have that to get this. There's no cost, obviously. You just click enroll. And it says, in writing here, you'll see deduction on a pre-tax basis. You'll see the same employer. You'll see an employer reimbursement / reward on an after-tax basis. And then here's the illustration, which is the back of the flyer that shows not them specifically, but an example of what we're talking about. And then here's the tax savings. Why is it $38.66? Hold on. What is going on here? 3866. Okay, I got to question that. Something's up there. It should match that same number. It should match this. So, not sure about that. But you're basically hitting next through the system, and then you should have some amount left over. Some amount. 3866 or 8376 or some amount is left over. Now, it's represented in a negative for the reason that if we can get the rest of these going, you can spend down those dollars. If they don't buy any worksite, then they have a credit. Effective 1/1, they have a credit of $38.66 per pay period on their paycheck. They'll get an increase. If we can't get these going, it's going to be $38.66 minus whatever they spend on the Colonial products. So
okay.
But I got to check into that. But you can see all these plans are disabled at the moment. I can't get into them, but they'll be on the Harmony side. So what would happen here in this example? Let's say I've waived all these products. I've gone through these three and I've waived everything else. When I hit enroll, it takes me to the sign and submit page, and it says, "Are you satisfied with your elections? If so, hit next. If you want to make some changes, you can go back and change them." Now, you can't really change this unless in that 30-second window they decide, "Oh, I don't want healthcare to you." You can go back, change them. And when you do that, by the way, when you go back into a product, this is a bad example because there's 5 pages here. You have to hit the unlock button first to get back in to change it, just for your knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that probably would have hung me up.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just click next. It says employee. You have to click and sign the forms. You're signing as the employee. So click the sign thing. There's the confirmation form. That shows me I have a credit here. Just got the 3 plans. I have a $38.66 credit. And then you're signing for the employee. This is the admin side again. You won't be using this side. What you'll use there as actually to sign is the PIN code again. Last 4 of the social, 2-digit birth again.
Okay.
But it'll look just like this. Congratulations means that you're finished. And you can scroll down and see the 3 products they got, not this other stuff. When you hit return, it pushes you back out to the front and shows you that a mod here is completed.
Okay, great.
So if you're in here playing around in the admin side, that's cool and everything, but just make sure you reset the person. So I'm going to go back into this guy. There's a little reset link right here. When I reset him, it's going to reset him to scratch. And when I hit save, I know that has been done. It says save successfully. So I gather, since it's 4:30 on Monday, that this is not going to be ready for the morning. So you'll do the Harmony, you'll do the Colonial products on Harmony separately. You'll come into the self-service side of the system, the enrollment site, and log in as the employee, using their full social with no dashes, and then the PIN code. And that's how you navigate it.
Perfect. So very simple and straightforward.
Yes. So things to remember: make sure you log in as the employee. Make sure they sign that acknowledgement form if they're enrolling. Those are the main things. Make sure you play the video for them. That's a big kind of no-no for Healthcare to You. They want to make sure they saw the video first.
Okay.
You'll have the Healthcare to You flyers on hand. If they enroll, make sure they walk away with a flyer. And you'll have the Colonial brochures on hand too.
Perfect.
And I think that's it. I've also recorded this whole session here, and I'll send you that link to that for reference if you need it.
Yeah, that'd be great just in case. You never know. It's always good to have something to go back to if I need instead of having to, call you, or I can at least review it again tonight or something if I'd like.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, you can call me anytime. My cell phone is on my email signature line there.
Okay.
So if anything comes up, let me know.
Great. Yeah, I enrolled the ID Life company. They picked me to go enroll them, so I went out there and I enrolled ID Life,
Did you
like their
really?
employees, and then I actually trained my team on the product. We only did a couple of cases that I, for the people that I trained on, but yeah, I'm pretty familiar with it. It's a good thing that we did the training either way because there was some of those slight changes that I wouldn't have known about. So it's always good to review.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I've been out there too to ID Life. A neat operation.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think I'm all covered on mine as far as I don't really have any new questions or anything.
Yeah, I think we're good. So if anything pops up, just let me know. Call my cell, and otherwise, I'll send you this link here, and I think we're good.
Great. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the time.
My pleasure. Thank you for helping us out.